It's now time for a closer look with Lennox Gasper, a program which takes an in-depth look at the government's works in and around communities in Region 10 and how these works are impacting the lives of residents.
Hello and welcome to A Closer Look. I'm Lennox Gasper, and today we'll be taking a closer look at the Ministry of Labour Board of Industrial Training BIT graduation in Kokwani Region 10. As the government continues to change lives through the ministry's BIT program, 75 residents from Region 10 Kokwani on Friday, October 29, graduated from the program. The courses include cake decorations, electrical installation, small engine repairs, and cosmetology. The Minister of Labour, Joseph Hamilton, who delivered the feature address, applauded the participants for being the trendsetters for youth empowerment and training in Kokwani. The minister also encouraged persons to acquire multiple skills through BIT. Here are the highlights.
Have a seat, have a seat. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the table, graduating students, special invitees. Let me start off by saying that today is the first graduation ever held in Kokwani by the Board of Industrial Training. And that is important. What I can commit to the NDC, to the leadership of Kokwani, and by extension, Ichuni and Sub-District 2, this will not be the last graduation. The government I represent said to the Guyanese people that once elected, whatever service, whatever opportunities they have in Georgetown and on the coast, every Guyanese, wherever they reside, that opportunity will come to them. And this is what is happening here today. How do you get the opportunity to Kokwani? We had to set up a framework to do it in the first instance. First thing we had to do is to appoint an officer in sub-district, because properly it is a wasteless exercise, fruitless, costly exercise for someone or a group that needs training program in Kokwani or Ichuni to journey to Linden or to journey to Georgetown. And that is the reason why early o'clock, some 4 months I suspect into my tenure, we asked that a person be identified to be the Board of Industrial Training officer here. Importantly, I could have said, send somebody from Georgetown or wherever. But my program is this. Every officer I appoint, they must belong to the area. Every officer. And that is what we'll be doing. Whether Board of Industrial Training officer or other officers, and I'll deal with that in a moment. Because they're better placed to interact with the community from which they belong. And therefore, you know that Ms. Pam Rambaran, she's the officer here, paying attention to training programs under the Board of Industrial. And I know it is not easy, because building something from nothingness is never easy, cannot be easy. I can speak in a broader term. as minister, having to re-establish a ministry, building it from N-O-T-H-I-N-G. But the point is, once you have a commitment to what you are going to do, you'll find a way. Darkness, light will overcome it. You'll find end to tunnels. And I know it wasn't easy, and so in the first couple of months, even up to this moment, myself and Mr. Mon, we have always been in contact with her. So that at no time she can lose faith in what she's doing, so that at no time she can feel down-spirited. Because I believe she has a responsibility as a member of this community to deliver for the people of this community. That's why a person from this community was here. We said a person from region 4 or 3 or whichever, they have no relationship with the community. And therefore, whether it fail or whether it succeed, it's either here or there with them. But she know, if she fails here, she got to face all them people down the hill there, right? So, okay, probably the total waste of time. That is what will end up being said, and she has to live with it. And therefore, being resident here forces you to deliver. Have to deliver. You can't shy away from delivering, because you have to face those people every day. And so you young people here today, let me say a couple of things to you that you understand what BIT is about. First, I want to say to you, a one skill, one talent person will not be able to survive the world in the next 5 to 10 years. Listen to me carefully. A one skill, as good as you might be, if you have one skill and one talent, you will not survive the world. You will be a dying breed. And therefore, I behoove you this day. Acquire more than one skill. So that in the event you're working up at some place and they close up shop for whatever reason, or if you set up your own business and it's not doing that well, you can turn to something else that you already have the skill. Somebody say, who is unwise, why train for a job that don't exist? Wisdom say, have the skill so when the job comes you can get it. You cannot look for the skill when you have the opportunity. It's only a fool will do that. So, listen to me. Ensure that you have more than one skill and one talent. And BIT, I have instructed that not because a person did a program, they're debarred from doing another program if next year they want to run. What you cannot do is 2 programs at the same time or do back the same program. Because in 2022, we're expecting some more people from Kokwani and Aichoni to be doing the program that you already got certification. So that is how it functions. Some of the people graduating here today, people ask how many women you will train in food preparation and cake decoration. I have a simple answer. If I have the money to train all the women, I will do that. Because for me, it's a couple of things, and listen to me here. Some of the people trained will go off and work for somebody, utilizing their skill. Some will set up their own businesses. But there's another component of person's training. And the way I see it is you train them to save money. If you are a person versed in decorating and making a cake, it will serve you and your family well. You see, people who got a lot of money and can go down by Banksy age in Linden or Georgetown and buy a cake. Most times they're bad cakes. I'm not beating the people business, but my experience is that most of the cake out there are bad cake. You all smile, I'm telling you serious things here. You all trying to smile? Maybe you all. Now, mothers might be in this group. Let me explain something to you here today. who did this program. You have your child, your daughter that is 6 years, 10 years old, whatever. I can assure you, you as a mother with that skill, when that child birthday comes around, and you wake her up in the morning at 6 o'clock, and you and her go in that kitchen and fashion a cake for her birthday, that she can invite all her little friends to get a slice. That child would never ever forget that day, the day mother. So people, you might have the money to buy a cake, but that cake is just an item. It comes with no love, no bonding, no relationship. All you do is eat it and drink some water, and that's the end of it. But you knowing to fashion cakes and all the decorative things that you do in food, and you have a function for your child, where the child can invite our little friends and bring them over here, that child would never ever forget mommy for that one. So that's an important issue in the training. I call it training for savings. Because when your child have a birthday, you don't have $15,000 to go and buy a cake. Even if you have $15,000, you have to consider bacon, salt, fish, and cook-up rice for the whole week. And no way a good mother spending $15,000 on a cake for one day. Mothers, you all say amen to that. Right. Secondly, people ask, how many women you will train to sew? Because we do sewing. They call it garment construction these days. Again, ignoramuses that ask that question miss the boat. Because you know that a mother living down Landersville who has 5 daughters, she don't have $15,000 to go out at Linden and buy 3 dresses for her daughters. Even if she had $15,000. Again, she will have to weigh the 3 dresses against bacon, salt, fish, and cocoa rice. And any good mother, she will come down on the side of cocoa rice and bacon salt. But if we teach these single parents and other people to sew, they will be able to buy that cloth, run the stitches, put on the doilies and all the embroidery on the dress, and make it better than anything they will buy at Chinese down at Linden. And that is important. And not just for their daughter, for their sons. A good seamstress can sew for anyone, man and woman. And so again, when we train people in garment construction, some will go off and work for some company, some will set up their own businesses. But you have a component of persons trained, who I see it as we're training them to save. Understand what we do. You see, people who got a lot of money, let me repeat, who can go down a town and buy a dress at clearance, they don't understand these matters. They don't understand it. And a lot of times, people who live in Georgetown and who live in Region 4, they think Guyana is Region 4. They know nothing else. They know nothing about the Barbis River. People living till down here. For a lot of people, the Barbis River is just at Johnston Avenue. They know nothing else. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you that there are people who are in senior positions in government who have no understanding about decisions they have to make for places like here. And they make one decision, just like if they're making it for people in Georgia. And then they think flop. So I'm trying to say to you, what is the commitment of the government, of this minister, of the Board of Industrial Trading, is whatever opportunity we have out there on the coast and in Georgetown and in Region 4, you will also participate in that. That is the important issue. And I'm not stopping here. Mr. Adams is here, my good friend. I don't know if you went through, Adams is through the street here, right? If you ran through this street here, but already we have a great plan for this community. To establish an office and to have attached to it a training center. That is next to where they have the Cooperative. Already NISIL has made available a plot of land for us because we want to have a permanent residence. Short term, the NDC has been very gracious. They will make available a building there where we can have our office for short term. I don't know if I'm advised to like share that is short term. No, tell me yes or no. By chair, you know short term? Yeah. Okay, I just want to know we definitely see. Because all the services that exist at the Ministry of Labor will come to Cooperative. Whether it be to deal with labor issues, occupation safety and health issues, cooperative issues, because in Ituna they have a lot of co-ops there. The loggers co-ops that need to be taught how to run the thing profitable, how to run it to make more money than they presently are making, how to ensure that they don't squabble and fight unnecessarily and lose sight of the program. How we can use cooperative in this part of the country to be an uplifting vehicle for the community. That's an important issue. And therefore, in this, already we have 2 officers here, Pam, and we have co-op officer, right? How many officers we have here? Co-op. So we are to appoint a labor officer and an OSH officer, right, Pam? Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yes. I'll bring her up here to introduce her to all the people. Because I am saying to young people also that you should think about forming co-op societies. You young men who were trained in electrical installation, you might not be able to do it individually. So you better consider putting a company together. People who have the skills, let them help you to do it. BIT is available to them. Because a lot of times we think we are islands, we can do it all by ourselves, and when we fail in, we cussing everybody, including God. But listen to me. I am saying to people, young people here, consider pooling your skills together. It is more strength there. It gives you more access to opportunities. As a co-op, you can have access to the small business bureau for loans and grants. You have access to BIT for training. So we didn't just say go out and farm a co-op. We come and we train people how to run a co-op because a co-op is a business. It's not a jokey thing. It's a serious business. And my dissatisfaction is that co-ops, they have all these land holdings, whether in forestry, whether in agricultural land, whether in housing, and they don't deliver. So, I am trying to encourage young people to get an understanding of co-op societies and form them, be part of them. It will help you to develop your community and yourself. So, as Mr. Mann said, this minister here, he comes to this graduation so that people understand how they are important to him. And I could stay at town and say that. But I want you to see a face, this face, and I want to see your faces, so that we have an acquaintance. You know, the government, a lot of times people ask this, everything we do in the government, we have to send ministers and ministers and several ministers. Because none of our policies, we want it to be faceless policies. We want to put face and bodies to policies. So that even if after this speech by me, you are allowed to engage this minister and even to tell him, Minister, you know, some of the things you have said here, I think you need some psychiatric evaluation of Dr. Harry. You're committed. I'm committing you. And that is important. Because you can't sit down at Georgetown and you lay a program out at Culture Center and all you do is look at it on the TV or read it on the radio and that is sum total. That's the reason why we come. So that any policy you can interrogate us about the policy. That is the important. That is why Mr. Mon would tell you, I've traveled through the length and breadth of this country and I will continue to do that. No graduation is too small for me. Whether it's 17 or 7, the same way I'm speaking, the same way I will speak. Because, let me say this to the leaders of this community. First day I had an interaction with them, I said this to them. You could sit down and you could take this position. All of us are doing well in our lives. And therefore, leave these young people and the people who are under pressure to God and nature and time. You know, you could take that position. I believe it's a foolish position to take. I believe that the more people we train and give them a skill and make them employable, is less problems we will have with people jumping in your house and lashing in your window to take out your phone. Are you understanding? It's a simple matter. You know, you could say, okay, we are doing well. I'm happy. My children are happy. I can send them this school, that school. I can go for vacation. We could say that. But I am assuring you, if we take that position, believe me, the police will got a lot of work in the community. And that's the reason why I'm passionate about this. Let me say this to you people today. The guy who speaks to you this day is just an ordinary country boy. And I want you to understand and observe. Nothing you have experienced and will experience in your life, I have not passed that way. That is important for you to know. Importantly also, let me say to you young people, an important element that sometimes you all miss is the importance of family in your life. I know family is not that easy to get along with. I have large family. But let me say this to you today. You could have all the talent. You can have all the money, all the financial assets and so. I can assure you that if something happened to you and they have to put you for lie down at Kokwani Hospital or Linden Hospital, when you get consciousness, the only thing that will be around that bed is family, not the car and the bike. Are you listening to me? Because sometimes we think, okay, we need nobody. My mother's a problem, leave she alone. My cousin is a problem, my brother is a problem. Oh my God, I know about family, I live long enough. There are problems all the time. But young people, that is all we have. That's the only thing we have to hold on to give us direction, to take us to a place we want to go. Because you can't just go to the place. You have to start at a place. What is the place I'm starting at? Kokwani. Maybe the riverfront. Maybe I was flooded out. That should give you strength to move to another place. Are you understanding? That is how life functions. Well, you take it, okay. I am from Kokwani, and Richard, there's a scripture where it says, what good can come out of Nazareth. You all read the Bible. You know? Maybe some people got that in their head. What good can come out of Kokwani? You must prove them wrong. Yeah. That is your If I didn't believe that Kokwani can succeed and people here can succeed, I would not be here screaming with the top of my voice. I believe wherever people are, they can succeed. because I speak to you as an ordinary country boy born in East Coast village. A village of fishermen and cane cutters. And I don't shy away from telling people where I'm coming from, so that you understand. You know, I say this to parents here. Common entrance just finished and they had people waiting for the results, right? And for whatever reason, parents just got high blood pressure. Suddenly they're suffering from all kinds of palpitations and stress and strain. Because somehow these parents believe that a child's life is determined at the age of 12. What foolishness! And they go berserk, is the word. With school, with school, with school, with school, with school, you know, this kind of thing. Right through the period. That's the only thing you just be hearing. That chant. With school, you pick together, with school, you pick. You know, I know a lot of people who travel on the train with me during my time who went to Queen's College. And they are N-O-T-H-I-N-G. So I don't get fascinated by this. And I'm trying to tell you as parents, and you that will become parents. Don't lose sleep and get blood pressure, putting all the strain and stress on a little child who is 10 and 12 years old that you want them to accomplish for you. And that is what it is. It's a psychological dilemma. Parents didn't accomplish bishops, and suddenly they're killing these people to reach bishop. Listen to me. You know, I have known many people, ordinary country people, and the government that you have today. I can assure you, most, if not all of the cabinet, are ordinary country people. That is where they started from. Trying to say that to you. Importantly, let me say a couple of other things. Let me speak to the females now. Men, don't turn off, listen, I'm coming back to you just. I have said to Bit, two things that have happened to females we have to correct. One, the society structured itself, and men who dominate the society structure the society to put women in a place where they stop dreaming. So they're dreaming when they're in primary school, they're dreaming in secondary school, dreaming want to go UG, and suddenly they get caught up with us men and pick me and they forget themselves. Are you listening to me? Suddenly they forget their dream. All their life now will only be wife and mother. I don't think that is enough. And I speak to you as a man who has been married for 42 years. So I'm not knocking marriage. I'm making a point. That we have to correct this dilemma. Where women, we put them in a place. Where we cause them to stop dreaming. Wake up, females. Dream again. Want to be what you dreamt when you were in primary school. And you men here, the young ones, and those who might be close to getting married, you have a responsibility and a duty. The same way that woman is going to stand by you for you to uplift yourself, you have a responsibility and a duty to do that. But the society is so structured where the guys don't even want to lose out. They don't even want to take out the bird seed tray. You know, if you mind bird, when you take out the bird seed tray, a wise bird normally duck in there and fly out. So the guy, he thinks the only way the bird can get out of the cage is they have to sprawl the wire. But he don't understand. They have a wise bird. He gotta take out the cage. He gotta take out the tray to put new bird seed. And the bird is paying attention to that. And since he pull out the bird seed tray, the bird dog down. What is the long story in that, young man? Release your girlfriend and your fiancé and who you're engaged to, who you were married to. Let them fly. That isn't logic. And for me, it makes sense. $200,000 in the house is better than $120,000 a month. So you men, they cry all day. All this burden they have to fetch, and they have to help me. They're even giving she opportunity for she to help them. That's what the Bible said. The woman is a help me. She's not just there to watch Young and the Restless. You know, some of the guys, they're just comfortable after the lady don't cook. But she go and she watch Young and the Restless. And he's comfortable, he's all right. This is a woman who might have great intellectual ability and that can become a very talented person to contribute to the family and to the society. But the guy ain't even taking out the birdseed trade. Young men, as jocular as I put it over, let me say this to you. You have a duty and a responsibility to your girlfriend. The girl you like and the girl that like you. Because you know what? The woman will always be there. They don't shirk away from their responsibility, you know. Through the thick and thin of life. They stand to ensure that the guy in their life, he can upgrade himself. I'm saying that you have a responsibility to do the same thing for females. The other important issue I want to make, women, let me say this to you. You have to think outside the box. Don't let men determine what type of job you only must do. So, that is the reason why we have no program that is gender specific. I want, when Kokwani next year running heavy duty equipment operator program, I want to see women on the excavator and on the bobcat. And you women, listen how the society has messed it up. The job that you have to dress up more fancy to go to, pay the less money. If you have to dress up. You have to be on Amazon, on Alibaba and so to shop. If you're a good heavy duty equipment operator, all you need is 3 good jeans and 3 t-shirts and a good boots. This is how cheap it is to work. And leave the fancy clothes for church and the wedding and the parties. That is the logic. Move out of the area where money is not being made. That is, so women, y'all listen to me here. I want you to be involved outside the box. We will make training available. And I've said to BIT, next year when I'm going around this country, when you have heavy duty equipment operator program and certain programs, building construction and so, I don't want to see a domination of men. Presently we're running heavy duty equipment operator program in Linden, 35 persons, I think it's just 5 women. That is not good enough. Electrical installation, KUI, 1 woman. Among how many men? 14 of them, right? 8, listen to that. That must change. I have said to it, that has to change. So, but you women, you have to first think outside the box. This long time story about this job is not for women and this type of job. Those are long time stupidities. Go where the money is at. You know, I always give an example about a good plumber. And even the ones who are not so good. The guy comes to your house and you have a water problem. Water ain't coming or the pipe bursts or whatever. And he walks around in the house and he come back to you and he say, boss, or Miss Lady, you will say, you're going to pay $35,000 for this work. Just like that, you know. You know, when the man said that to you, the plumber, you could do 2 things. You have 2 choices. Either you suck your teeth and pay him the $35,000, or you leave the water to run. You have to decide that. But the long and short of it, the guy will be in your house for 20 minutes, and he gone with $35,000. You could suck it how much you want when he got it. He done got $35,000. Think about it. How many persons you all know, ladies, who dress up fancy, that works for $35,000 a day? I know you don't know any. A good man in construction, masons, carpenters, they'd say the contractor, you have to pay me $8,000 or $10,000 a day, or I'm not moving. So we do building construction program also. We do block making program also. And for you who might have intention of a building, it might be useful that you learn how to make good blocks. A lot of people make blocks, you know, but not good blocks. It might be useful in your own self-interest, futuristically, so that nobody is bringing blocks in the picket of the loose out. All of those programs we do. Finally, there's another set of persons I have said a bit we have to consider and do training for, reskilling I call it. That is retirees. Because what has happened, the society again, people, strong, healthy, vibrant people, retire at 55. That has to change. I know for the females, they go home and they become permanent grandmothers. Because suddenly all the picnic they're bringing, all them picnic for you to look at. Let me say to you young people, mommy want to see them every day. She just want to see them weekend. She want to do something with her life. And therefore, big. And I'm talking to the leaders in the community. I'm talking to the NDC chair and all the leaders. The type of programs that you must help us to fashion in your community. What do we do with retirees? People who have all the capacity, experience, knowledge. We just send them home to plant protein. That is not good enough for a society. So we have to reskill people. Those are the things I want to say to you, that you understand what BIT is about, what we plan to do with your community and for your community. That is important. All the programs we do are free of cost. So anybody come to Kokwani Raichuni and tell you that they are going to run a BIT program and you have to pay to join the program, please call the police station. Are you listening to me? So that they can be locked up. Because all our programs are free of cost. We pay the trainer. That's an important thing. Let me finally say this, the truth. Every program we do in community, we look first for the trainer to belong to the community. Because when Richard, you pay the person, I want the money to stay in Kokwani. If we bring somebody from Georgetown and they train people to do mechanic work, when we pay them, they change the check at Georgetown and all the money spent in Georgetown, not $1 will spend here. So we look to the community to recommend trainers for the different types of skills that we bring to you. All I say to you is this. Whoever you recommend to train, tell them if they're not patient and if they're not tolerant, they can't cut it as a trainer. Because teaching is a different law. You could be the best mechanic in the world. To teach is a different story. And the worst thing can happen, Kokwani, is we assemble 15 young people and give them all hopes. And then 2 weeks hence, they don't know if teacher gonna come or not. Teacher disappear. That is worse than if we didn't assemble. So I am saying to anybody you recommend in this community train, people that bit people, when they start my program, they have to finish it. It is only the intervention of God I will tolerate. Programs are 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. When they start my program, they have to finish my program. That is important to me and for me. So that people who have skills, who can lend skill to us, we use for the community. And importantly also, BIT programs, you don't have to have special qualifications to join. So if you want to go LTI, you have to have some kind of qualifications. BIT programs, you don't have to have special qualifications. We know that the programs will attract people of all different levels of life. And therefore we have a component in the program that we call remedial program and what skills? Life skills development program. Because we wouldn't train a young man or a young woman to do sewing or to do fabrication and welding, and we just leave them there wild. Because we know you have to know a little mathematics to pull the tape. Am I not right? You have to know quartiles and half-inch and so. Therefore, we attach to the program remedial training that we use teachers from the community to teach maths and to teach English. All of those things are part of the program. So that when we train a person, holistically, they can go out there and function. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me here.
I would like to say thank you so much to the Honorable Minister Joseph Hamilton, to the government of Guyana. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given us as young people to develop ourselves, develop our self-esteem, our confidence. It's a really good opportunity.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, whereby I can stay right in Kokwani and still acquire this certificate, so that I can make myself marketable for anywhere that I go around Guyana.
At a point I wanted to give up because maybe at some point you guys probably heard that someone came to Kokwani saying that we have to pay for the course and what's not. Eventually we got through a bit and we continued the course.
The PPPC's government's goal for every Guyanese, young and old, is to ensure that they learn a lifelong skill from which they can obtain a comfortable livelihood and lifestyle. As we observe Diwali tomorrow, Thursday, the 4th of November, to my Indian brothers and sisters across Guyana, Namaste. Until next time, this has been A Closer Look, and I've been your host, Lennox Gasper.